Technology we used was the IMAX. I used search engines such as Google and YouTube in order to define and narrow down results for information regarding our tease trailer and finding useful websites which had information about the movies which inspired our teaser. The first website that I used was Wikipedia, from which I successfully managed to find accurate information about Sinister. This gave us inspiration for our teaser. I then used conventions from Sinister's Spotlight and Devil's Insides and wrote about them on Weebly website. We use Weebly, which is an online free website creator. It has allowed us to create pages with only a few clicks by dragging and dropping different elements onto a page and filling in the content. Throughout the time we spent working on our teaser trailer, we used this site to present all our work, for example, pictures of the meetings between the group on deciding what genre the film will be, or what makeup and costume will be used in the trailer, or scanning sketches of the drafts for our magazine and poster. Weebly made planning and research straightforward, as it was easy to upload various types of media, for example, our teaser that was made in Final Cut Pro. Played a major role in planning and research. Finding examples of posters and magazine pages is where we use the internet the most. Finding inspiration from Google Images, Wikipedia, horror movie sites for our magazine and poster ideas is what gave us a little insight in what conventions should be used to make an exceptional magazine and poster. For our research, we also used our phones to keep tabs on soundtracks, locations, and group chat to communicate with each other, so we could get organised, meet up, and film or ask each other to bring equipment for filming. But in terms of equipment, we used a camera to film teaser trailers. However, in terms of IMAX, having to use technological resources such as Photoshop to create my ancillary text and Final Cut Pro to make the video, it required the use of my own personal MacBook Pro and the use of school facilities. Having access to the same programs on my own personal device allowed me to continue to work at home outside of school hours. However, the editing process was made a lot easier at school due to the larger size of the iMac monitors. But in terms of Photoshop, was used mainly for our magazine and poster, but it was also used for our movie title at the end of our trailer. Photoshop is very useful with its amazing features to crop, slice, heal, change color, font, and rotate, and much more to still images. To take our photos for our magazine cover, we needed a room with a white background. This was so it would make it easier to edit when it came to that stage. We hid all of the cables when it came to our shoot, and to capture the photo we had to take it at an angle, so for this we used a tripod and angle it downwards. We also used a tripod in taking the pictures for our magazine front cover, but measured it for a close-up of the model's face. When editing, we used the different brush tools to drain the colour and crop the image to show the upper back of the model and hands. On the IMAX, we used Final Cut Pro to edit our drama thriller movie trailer. Final Cut Pro is non-linear video editing software. The software allows users to log and transfer video onto a hard drive, where it can be edited, processed, and output to a wide variety of formats. It also allows you to cut, edit, influence certain footage, add effects to them, changing of colour and contrast, and much more. Before editing took place, I had to put together all the clips, then put them in the right place and order. After I imported the raw videos and added it to the timeline, I began editing. Using Final Cut Pro was difficult at the beginning due to being a novice to it. However, as the weeks went on, I got the hang of it and it became much easier to use. I first used Final Cut Pro to create our group's indents that was required to be made. We then filmed our scenes individually, which was then put on a hard drive, then imported and replaced into Final Cut Pro.